AITA for reconsidering having a child with my wife after what I learned about her father. My wife Jessica, 32F, and I, 30M, have been married for 2 years and are trying to have a baby. Jessica has an older sister, Mary, with whom she is not close. She told me they had a big falling out over some family drama and no longer speak. I asked her several times about the situation, but she said she doesn't like talking about it and doesn't think it's important. Yesterday was the birthday of Jessica's siblings, and we all went to her house to celebrate. Mary showed up, and there was a lot of drama. In short, she called out Jessica and her siblings for continuing to associate with their father when they know what he is. No one paid attention to her, and I was really confused about what the hell was going on. When Mary left and Jessica and I went home, I asked Jessica what the hell happened. She said that when they were children, Mary used to claim that their father used to touch her inappropriately. I asked if it was true, and Jessica stammered a lot. She said she knows their father used to do bad things, but that Mary left all of that behind when she turned 18 and moved out. I asked if she admits that she knows their father was an abuser and what he did to his own daughter. She said that he no longer does it and that he was in a really bad place in his life, and that he apologized to Mary, so there's nothing more anyone can do for Mary. Honestly, I was stunned. I also feel very bad for Mary. Jessica made it seem like Mary did something wrong and deserved to be basically exiled from the family. I never could have imagined this was what happened. I asked if she expected me to now be okay with having that man around our future children, and she started yelling at me, saying that I'm judging him for something that happened 2 decades ago, and that, like it or not, he's going to be the grandfather of our child and he will be in their lives. I told her that if she insists on this, I think we should postpone the idea of having children and have serious conversations about it. She is extremely angry with me, but I don't know how I could have reacted better, to be honest. This seems like something very important that she is minimizing. AITA, update. A few days after my original post, I sat Jessica down and told her how I was feeling. I told her I'm not okay with what she and her family had done to Mary. They knew what their dad had done to her, but still chose to take his side and make Mary look crazy. I also told her I'm not okay with brushing her father's crimes under the rug. She was quiet and didn't say anything. She didn't try to defend herself or her family. She just stared at me in a very chilling way, almost as if she was indifferent to whatever I had to say and just wanted it to be over. I told her I needed time to myself and that I would leave and think about what I wanted to do. Suddenly, she started paying attention. She seemed shocked and panicked. She began begging me not to leave, saying I would get over it in a few days when we went back to how we usually are and things settled down. She said all families have skeletons in their closet and that this can't define our marriage. I said no and left the house for a few days. I ignored all her calls and those of her family. I reached out to Mary on Facebook. I wrote her a long message saying I had no idea everything she had been through and that I was very sorry for how her family treated her. I told her to contact me if she ever needed anything. She got back to me and asked if we could meet for coffee. We met up the next day. At first it was small talk. Then she asked if I would be okay if she told me her version of events. I said of course I would, and she spoke to me about everything her dad did and how her family treated her after she told them. I felt physically sick. She even told me stories about how Jessica told her friends that Mary had a mental condition that caused hallucinations, and that in case Mary started rumors about their family, that's why. A lot of people still believe Mary has a mental condition because of Jessica. After that talk, I knew I had to end things with Jessica. I went over to our house and told her I wanted a divorce. I told her I couldn't stand the thought of being her husband and part of their disgusting family. All she did was cry and ask all this for her. I knew then that she hadn't changed. She was still the same person who did all those things to Mary, and she was still doing them. We're still not officially divorced, but we haven't been together since then, and we are going through the process. It's just taking longer than I thought to finalize it. Mary and I became friends. I invited her to a birthday dinner my family hosted for me, and she hit it off with my cousin. He's crazy about her, and she seems really happy with him too. He keeps asking me if it would be too early to propose, and I have to tell him not to scare her away, lol. But they have a really wholesome relationship, and I'm really happy for them. As for me, I'm just surviving. Divorces are tough, but I know I made the right choice. Thank you to everyone who responded and gave me advice. I really appreciate it. Most upvoted comments. Comment 1. Mary will probably continue to blame Jessica for the ruin of her family and her marriage. You were wise. It would have been horrible to bring a child into this family and put them at that risk. I wish you the best and a beautiful future. Comment 2. Oh my God. Thank you for standing up for Mary and refusing to be part of your wife's horrible family. Comment 3. Damn. What a great story. Excellent ending. October 10th. I've regained my faith and hope in humanity.